Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
There is no denying Roman Reigns' greatness. The OTC is one of WWE's faces and has been acknowledged by many. Now, he has even been recognized by former champion Swerve Strickland, who opened up about their backstage relationship. Recently, Swerve Strickland sat down for an interview with DJ Vlad on his YouTube channel. They discussed various things, including Strickland's time with WWE as Isaiah Swerve Scott. His WWE career didn't exactly go as planned, but he did have a good relationship with Roman Reigns. In the interview, Strickland disclosed that he once approached the former undisputed WWE champion for advice. He revealed that Reigns gave him good advice on how to be perceived in the ring, and he truly appreciated that, so much so that he decided to give Reigns, whom he referred to as Joe, a shout-out. Safe to say, Strickland took Reigns' advice to heart. He has thrived since leaving WWE. As one of the top guys in O, he continues to be a must-see on TV every week, and he even has 2 titles in his name. Considering the rivalry between O and WWE, Strickland's words are a breath of fresh air. It's nice to know that there is some level of appreciation between superstars, regardless of the companies they represent. Roman Reigns has a huge match ahead of him at WrestleMania 41. He might want to take Roman Reigns' advice to Swerve Strickland. This is especially true considering what is ahead of him at WrestleMania 41. After all, he is scheduled to take on CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Following last week's episode of SmackDown, a triple threat match between the 3 superstars was made official. It will be one of the biggest matches of WrestleMania weekend. Roman Reigns will have to bring his A-game if he hopes to come out on top. Whoever wins will have bragging rights for all eternity. So, while a championship belt may not be on the line, pride and honor are. It will be interesting to see how Reigns fares against 2 superstars he loathes with all his might. The world of professional wrestling thrives on rivalries, alliances, and backstage dynamics that often remain hidden from the public eye. However, in a shocking turn of events, former world champion Swerve Strickland has broken his silence regarding his backstage relationship with none other than the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns. For years, the wrestling community speculated on whether WWE's top star had a connection with Strickland, especially considering their vastly different career paths. Now, Strickland is lifting the curtain on his experience, revealing the respect, tension, and unexpected moments that shaped their dynamic. Swerve's surprising revelation. In a recent interview with the Ringer Wrestling Show, Strickland stunned the industry by openly acknowledging his past interactions with Reigns. While the two never shared the same locker room for long, their relationship began before Strickland's tenure, back when he was grinding his way through WWE's developmental system. "I think people would be shocked if they knew how much I learned just by watching Roman operate," Strickland admitted. "We weren't always in the same room, but when I was in NXT, and he was running WWE as the top guy, there was a certain energy about him that everyone paid attention to." Though Strickland was released from WWE before he could share a main roster moment with Reigns, he recalled the impact Roman had on him even from a distance. "There was this aura about him. You could feel when Roman Reigns walked into the building. Not many people have that. He doesn't even need to speak, people just know he's the guy." Strickland emphasized that he studied Reigns' mannerisms, promos, and ability to adapt in any situation. "Even though we were in completely different positions, he unknowingly influenced my approach to storytelling in wrestling." The backstage interaction that changed everything. While Strickland primarily made his name outside of WWE, there was one particular moment during his WWE run that solidified his respect for Reigns. "I remember one day we crossed paths backstage at a pay-per-view," Strickland revealed. "I was still just a guy in NXT, not even thinking about the main roster yet, but he stopped me, looked me dead in the eye, and said, 'I see you. Keep doing what you're doing.'" Those few words resonated with Strickland in ways he couldn't describe. "I wasn't some big deal in WWE at the time. I wasn't in a main event or even a storyline that mattered much. But for Roman Reigns to acknowledge me, no pun intended, that meant something. It wasn't just him being polite, it felt like he genuinely saw my potential." Strickland later admitted that moment fueled his drive when he eventually left WWE and found success in it. "I always carried that with me. No matter where I was wrestling, I had this little moment in my head where I thought, Roman saw something in me, even before everyone else did." Respect across company lines. Fast forward to today, and both Reigns and Strickland stand as 2 of the biggest names in their respective companies. While Reigns dominates WWE as the Tribal Chief, Strickland has carved out a reputation as one of his most dynamic performers. What's more surprising is that despite the supposed rivalry between WWE and WWE, Strickland claims that mutual respect has always existed between himself and Reigns. "We're in different worlds now, but I'd never disrespect what Roman has done," Strickland said. "A lot of people want to create these imaginary wars between WWE and WWE, but at the end of the day, we're all wrestlers trying to elevate the industry. Roman Reigns changed the game for WWE, just like I'm trying to do in WWE." When asked if he would ever consider facing Reigns in a dream match, Strickland didn't hesitate. "Absolutely. No question. If there ever came a day where that was possible, I'd be first in line. Not because of ego, but because I want to stand across from him in that ring and show him what I've become since he last saw me." Strickland believes their in-ring chemistry would be electric. "We both have different styles. Roman is the powerhouse, the dominant force, while I bring something different with my speed, technique, and unpredictability. But that's what makes the best matches. If you put me and Roman in the same ring, I promise you, it would be something special." Roman's response: acknowledgement given. Following Strickland's interview, wrestling fans speculated whether Reigns would react. To their surprise, the Tribal Chief took to social media, responding with just 2 words: "I see you." It was the ultimate callback to their first backstage meeting. A simple yet powerful acknowledgement that confirmed Roman remembered Strickland, respected him, and was fully aware of what he had accomplished since leaving WWE. Fans went into a frenzy, flooding social media with dream match scenarios, hoping that someday the two titans would clash, even if just for one night. Strickland later addressed Reigns' response during a live Q&A session. "Man, when I saw that, I just smiled," he said. "It was a full-circle moment. That's Roman. He doesn't need to say a lot. He just lets you know, in the most Roman Reigns way possible, that he's watching." Could this lead to a future crossover? While WWE and WWE have yet to officially work together, the wrestling landscape is evolving. With its stars like CM Punk making their way back to WWE and WWE's willingness to acknowledge wrestlers outside of its walls, nothing seems impossible anymore. Strickland believes that if the time and place were ever right, there could be a massive moment waiting to happen. "We don't know what the future holds. Wrestling is unpredictable. But if the opportunity ever came, Roman and I could make history." For now, the two remain on separate paths, but one thing is certain: Swerve Strickland has earned the acknowledgement of one of the greatest WWE champions of all time. And in the wrestling business, that's worth more than gold.